Throughout most of Iceland's history, it was an agricultural society. They spent a vast majority of the year either planting, growing, or harvesting whatever they could in order to prepare, filling their stores and cellars with everything that was needed to survive through fairly harsh winters. Throughout the winter, though, fishing became the primary way to supplement what they had already stored in their cellars. And approximately 140 of these fishing posts were set up along the beaches of the island, the beaches that were best suited for the fishermen to get their six-man rowboats in and out of the North Atlantic Ocean. This fishing was done throughout the winter during the coldest, harshest, and darkest time of the year, when the weather was at its worst and when the sea state was at its worst. But it was necessary in order to provide what was needed for people to survive. This fishing village, known as Selatangar, this fishing village, Selantagar, is located on the southern coast and was used for approximately 500 years, from the 1300s until about the 1800s. It is one of about 140 fishing posts, not so much villages, because the villages were all inland where they could grow their crops, but small outposts that allowed for men to survive over the course of a couple of months and pull in their catch of fish. After going out to fish, they would come back to these small huts that they had built themselves using the local lava rocks, which would either be built standalone on top of the cliffs facing out to the ocean, or set into a cave that had already naturally been made. The fish would be spread out on the walls or gravel, with the fish skins facing down during the day and up during the night in order to dry them. In the second volume of the book Fishing in Iceland, Ludvig Christiansen described the huts, saying that there were doors on the gable facing the sea. Within, there could have been a tunnel leading to a hut where the sleeping partitions were, with approximately 1 meter between them. The hut would have housed 8 men, and beyond the space between the partitions, a tunnel leads to a small cot, which was used as a kitchen. The fireplace would have been on the right when one entered. Life in these huts were shaped by their customs and traditions. The men allocated tasks among themselves. Water and firewood would be fetched, food would be cooked, and some of the fishermen's huts had offices, such as the pot officer, whose job it was to empty the chamber pots of the residents. After about 500 years of usage, though, industrialization hit Iceland just like it hit everywhere else. This increased the yield in agriculture and also made fishing in rowboats completely obsolete. They no longer had to risk their lives just to eat. And this village was abandoned in 1884. The ghost of a man named Tanga Thomas haunted the village when it was occupied and still to this day. According to the legend, he asked for overnight shelter, but was denied, and he died as a result of exposure, and he now haunts this area. He is said to cause travelers to slip or fall in some manner, although supposedly no one ever gets hurt. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, get lost.